Now on any project with drawers, I like to start by doing them first. It removes most of the components out of the way and just leaves you with the carcass and a few simple screws and dowels to finish with. If you take a drawer front, identified by the fact it will just probably be one solid piece with a groove running along the bottom of it. Lay it face down, making sure that of course there's nothing underneath that could scratch the face of it. If we put a small amount of glue into the larger holes where the dowels from the side of the drawers will fit into, this 45-degree angle that we've cut again assists to stick the glue to the sides, the insides of the hole. We take one of the pillars, which has got a screw to approximately halfway along. Using a power driver as I have or a normal screwdriver, put it onto one of the lower torque settings so you don't put too much power through the screw and slip the thread. Drill it into the middle hole out of the three. That's the smaller one. And there you go, that's enough power. Same on the other side. Remember, it's the middle hole out of the three. If we now take our drawer back and sides, open them up carefully, supporting them because we don't want them to rip. And again, lay them flat. We take two of the silver small round snail cams. If we look carefully at the crosses, we'll notice that there is an arrow facing out of one. Now this arrow always goes away from the centre of the wood out to where the metal cam will actually go in. It's always a tight fit, so push firmly. And again on the other side, with the arrow facing where the cam will enter the piece of wood, press firmly. They don't always go flush, so don't worry about it. Taking the glue, which we've cut a 45-degree angle off, which aids the actual application of it. Give it a bit of a shake with your finger over the top. The glue often separates into a runny part and a thick part, and the runny part will come out and it will go all over whatever you're working on. Apply the glue in a thin layer to the exposed chipboard in between the part on the left and in between this part over here on the right. Don't use too much glue because when it sandwiches together, you'll have it coming out everywhere and you just have to clean it off. Baseboard of the drawer. One side will be finished, usually with the same decoration pattern or veneer as the inside of the drawer sides, and the other side will usually be plain. Making sure we have the right orientation, we have the decorated side going into the middle of the drawer. If we take up one side and we take up the other side, pick the drawer up and carefully, keeping the sides pressed together, turn it over and offer it up to the face of the drawer like so. What we do is we make sure that the arrow here is pointing outwards where the entry of the pillar cam will go in that hole there. Dropping the drawer down onto the pillar cam so that the dowels insert into the two holes on the left and then again gently on the right. Using a slight rocking backwards and forwards motion and applying downward pressure, ensure that the back panel, backboard, is in the groove, like so. Taking a screwdriver, turn the snail cam approximately 180 degrees or until you have a firm tightening feel. Do not over tighten this, it will cause splitting of the wood and damage your product. Do the same on both sides. The final part of the drawer is to put the handle on. In the handle packet there is a handle, 2 screws for each handle, and there are also some extra plastic plugs which go to a completely different drawer system and are not to be used in this project, so please leave them to one side. Inserting each screw into the hole in the drawer front. like so. And using a hand screwdriver, I would not advise using a power driver for this because it's easy to over tighten. Start to gently tighten the handle, making sure that you've actually got it into the correct thread, and tighten not quite fully. Go to the other side and do the same. Make sure you use the right type of screwdriver on the right type of screw. A crosshead is a straight crosshead, and a posi drive is a cross with intermediate little splines. Make sure you use the right one. This will greatly increase the grip on the screw and make sure that you don't slip out and damage your piece of furniture. Okay, I've tightened that one up and I've gone back to the original, and I'm just going to tighten this one up fully. Now remember to tighten them firmly, but don't over tighten them. Okay, well that's our drawer finished and it's ready to go into the carcass once we've built it. We've got another 4 to go, so I'll come back to you once they're all done.